unlimited fulfillment. What is it? How do we obtain it? Is it something that takes a lifetime to get, or is it something that we can decide to have right now and actually find that we already are in the midst of obtaining it with what we already possess in our lives, both materialistically, spiritually, physically, mentally, and socially as well. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is how to use unlimited fulfillment and pretty much what it is, how to obtain it, how to maintain it, and in the essence of all of that, especially with our mission here at Mills Life and Business Consulting, how do you use that to get closer to finding your true God-given gift so that you can put yourself in a position to be attracted or attract your most desirable and your best life. And we'll go ahead and jump into it today here. It's going to be kind of a short video. Unlimited fulfillment involves a system plus goals plus tools that are needed and used to obtain those goals. The goals are used to focus on the components that fuels or gears up the system to keep it running like a well-oiled machine on a daily basis. That well-oiled machine being you. And that's what we're pretty much going in about. There are these three areas right here. If you want to really simplify what success is in all levels, what wealth is, what being happy versus being sad, positive versus being negative, all entails, it comes down to a system that has mentally generated goals that are created and brought to realism from tools of discovery through our life, of us asking ourselves specific questions and achieving specific answers and taking specific actions on a consistent basis in order to obtain a specific result, which in this case will lead to finding your gift and discovering your best life possible from that gift opening it up for you. Now, the first part of that is, how do you create your system? Well, first you have to understand that your system simply is you. And within you, your system simply are your beliefs and your rituals, your activities that you obtain on a daily basis. Now, with your beliefs, that's like the instruction. Those are the instructions to your rituals or the activities that you obtain on a daily basis. All right? Beliefs are the instructions and the guidelines, and rituals are the things that you will do and that you won't do based on the instructions and guidelines that details what you will participate in and what you want, what you will do, what you won't do, how you feel, how you won't feel, and what you will take in and pay attention to, and what you will choose to leave out there to just be existent in your environment and just kind of, do its own thing. And with beliefs, which if you listen to anyone who is even remotely an ambassador for personal development or for positive thinking or attaining happiness or achieving your full life and your best life or finding your power from within, they will all tell you that beliefs is what drives our goals, is what drives our life. And what happens is that beliefs are actually ever forwarding, which means that when you're in the process of obtaining and going after a goal that you say that you want, you dream that you want, your beliefs, if they're not aligned correctly, will drive you in a direction that you set those beliefs to. Beliefs in this instance as well can also be looked at not only as guidelines, but also directions of a GPS. That which you set them to is what they're going to drive your mind, which in turn will drive your body to perform to get to the goal that you say you want to get to, which you can determine if it's going to be the long route or if it's going to be the shorter route that's going to get you to the same or similar result down the road. And here's what I take on personally with beliefs is that knowing that there are guidelines, there are rules and standards that I have for myself, knowing I'm not going to do anything to damage myself and to bring harm to myself in the midst of finding my gift, maintaining my gift, and also growing it and becoming a higher potential version of myself, the highest version of myself possible. I know I'm not going to bring harm, so I know that my beliefs are good things. Now, there may also be things that you do not desire to do, but it doesn't mean that they are negative. It just means that you've made a conscious decision to say, I am willing to not do this because of this reason. You need reasons, a strong enough reasons, a strong enough why will allow it to be real for you. And then you also generate the same mantra and mindset and directives towards the things that you want to do, towards the things that you believe will bring you to the happiness, to the goal, to the feeling that you desire to have from achieving this goal. Okay? And with your beliefs, you have to write them down. They're like pros and cons. Beliefs that I feel and believe will drive me to my goal, and then beliefs that I feel are keeping me from my goal. Now, what you have to do from that is you have to look at that list together, the pros and cons, as to say, life is, life isn't. I am not. When you start to really start making a list and you start to really get into the groove of things, now you start to realize that one or two things may be true. One, you may actually be fully aligned, and you may be actually getting out of your own way, and you may actually be becoming the individual that you've been desiring to become after all this time. Or two, there's some conflicts with the beliefs, the positive beliefs, and the ignored beliefs, the negative beliefs, and you have to now ask yourself, okay, how did I get here to this belief that conflicts with this belief that I want to happen? And then how do I get out of my own way of this in order to attain that which I desire? That's where you're at. So that's why it's really important, as I say once again, I say in every last one of my videos, write it down, micro plan it. Get down to the absolute origin of that statement, of that thought, to where you can understand it better than it understands its own existence from you. Okay? And that's what beliefs pretty much do. And with beliefs, they generate over to the next part of this process, which is helping us to create and also maintain our goals. With these beliefs, we're able to set goals, we're able to set destinations, we're able to set actual directions and directives and objectives as well, and we're able to set intentions on becoming something or doing something or obtaining something in possession. All of this is just in order for us to get to a place where we find our gift and we attract our best life with that gift. That's it. That's what everything leads to. That's what keeps the simplicity of wealth comes from the simplicity of our systems, which then allows us to get out of our own way to move forward to that which we want to be at. But what happens along the way is that we become too emotionally attached to the wrong thing. So now we have a different discussion to make as to say, how do I let myself go with this that I believe in so much? It's simple. You have to now find something that you know is absolutely right for you to have, and you have to create 10 times because I'm going to go overboard with this so I don't find myself jumping back over the bridge. I want to burn that bridge down to that which didn't help me and move forward and move onward to my new destination. So you want to create 10 times more whys and purposes towards this new goal that you just figured out by writing down that will supersede and interrupt the pattern of the old goal that you had before. And when you're able to do that, you've now created a skill set that most people in life would never have the opportunity to possess, which then would also ultimately put them in a position to never really possess the success that they desire. And then they become the worker bees of our economy and our community. It's not a bad thing, it's just not their full potential, which is not the purpose of any of these videos that you're watching. So you then now gain more consciousness in the right direction with these goals, with the new goals. And you now told yourself enough whys to say, hey, this deserves more of my attention. This right here is something I'm going to work to believe in. So now you bring yourself to the third part of the system, which is how to get access to the tools or the components or the activities to reach my goals, to build the system of success in life that will keep me obtaining goals, keep me fulfilled, so that after I obtain one goal and complete it, instead of me being complacent and feeling unfulfilled anymore, now I can tell myself, okay, now it's time to do something else because I'm now in a different comfort zone. I'm in a higher version of myself and being. So now I deserve to be in a position where I now have to seek more so that I can give more back, so that I can be more than what I already am internally, as far as finding different, higher level of myself than where I'm currently at. That's what, and with these tools, these are components, these are steps, these are emotions, these are emotional drivers that motivate us to say, this is the right thing to do versus this is the wrong thing to do. And the easiest way to do that, the fastest way to obtain the tools that you need to have the system of purpose, of unlimited fulfillment, so that you can create the proper goals and learn to leave all of that nonsense out the way, study it. Find a mentor. And nowadays, the internet is our online resource and access to everyone in the world who is successful and who isn't. Okay? And you simply just look up someone. If it's not me, it may be someone in my niche who may have been doing this a little bit longer as well, from a different perspective, where they dominate that part of the industry. Brandon Burchard, Tony Robbins, Gary Vaynerchuk. Even you can even go back to individuals of the past as well, but not so much in the past, but like Zig Ziglar, Jim Rohn as well, Daniel Pena, Les Brown. You gotta be hungry for your success. I love that, man, because that's why I actually started personal development with a quick little tidbit about myself. When I first got into the secret and personal development, building yourself up, working on yourself harder than you do on your job, and learning how to find yourself in order to find your life, it started with Les Brown's The Power of Purpose. That program, I had that program, I bought that program, and I have it in my phone to this day. I listen to it maybe once a month just to remind myself and just to hear and challenge myself to hear it from a different angle of my life, from a different perspective, and from a different level that I've grown to hear something different from a different level of success. And that's what you do with every piece of knowledge and information that you obtain, whether it's these videos here that you subscribe to, hopefully, or it's someone else's material, do a podcast, audio files, seminars, workshops, whatever, home study courses, what have you. You view that information over and over in different times of your life. Months down the road, days down the road, years down the road, so that you can find something of a golden nugget hidden within what you already have access to in order to gain what you haven't to this point. I still listen to Tony Robbins' Personal Power 2 till this day. I listen to Jim Rohn's Cultivating an Unshakable Character till this day, because these are some of the most influential pieces of mentoring and coaching that shook my life forever. It turned me into a whole new beast of life. Like when I came to learn these things through these people, I was teaching it like the gospel to everyone that I knew. Before I even knew that I was who I am now, in front of you guys talking to you, before I even had a camera, had a studio, had a crew to work with, and even had a dream of doing this, and even had an inkling of a notion that this was my God-given gift that's leading me to everything else that I'm doing to this day. It's an amazing trip. It's an amazing journey when you discover yourself again and again and again, and having the focus of unlimited fulfillment using your system, your system of daily rituals and beliefs, your goals that keeps you focused on the right thing and drowns everything else out, and having the tools and skills and mindsets and emotions needed to drive that system consistently and forever is what's going to get you to find your gift and find your ultimate best life. This is Nick Billions bringing you another amazing video from Mills Life and Business Consulting. And as always, I want to thank you for your participation, for listening, for wanting to be better, for wanting to figure out that which you don't know yet about yourself. But that's what these videos are all about, helping you to help yourself. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. And as always, I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it. If you haven't already done so, share this video with your friends and family on your virtual and your actual network as well. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notifications button, so you'll always know when we upload videos. We do them daily and weekly as well, 5 to 7 days a week. And also, leave a thumbs up, leave a thumbs down, leave a comment. Have a dialogue, start a conversation. Force me to start looking at these comments more and see what's really going on in you guys' minds as to your perspectives on how this lesson was delivered to you, how it shook you, how it was delivered, how it gave you permission to achieve your goals through finding your God-given gift and your best life. And as always, remember, find your gift and your best life will find you. Nick Billions signing off. Talk to you soon.